It's Wednesday, June 2nd. I left Lynchburg under a torrential rain where pretty much everything in Rhonda is wet now. I just noticed that I have to be back in Chicago pretty soon. The time is running out. Today's Wednesday. I got Thursday and Friday to run on this road, and then I have to turn around or turn up towards north. The sign back in the road said that this had this little pass-through had a clearance of 6'1". I'm way more than 6'1", so I got a little bit scared that I won't be able to pass through. But the sign was wrong. The pass-through was taller, so that's good. So I decided to have some comfort food in the form of Burger King. It was a toss-up between McDonald's Big Mac and Burger King's Whopper with cheese. Burger King won. This is it. I arrived at Pickwick Landing State Park near Savannah, Tennessee, and I'm going to stay the night at this campsite by just next to the Tennessee River, which is an awesome, amazing area to camp at overnight. The sound of the waves and the fresh air going to put me right to sleep, I am sure. Thursday, June 4th, and I left Pickwick Landing State Park this morning, and on my way west on the Trans-America Trail, I am getting very close to the marker I put on Gaia to turn around and, well, not turn around, but turn north towards Chicago as I need to get back to Chicago. I have to say I really enjoyed the drive on that. And one thing that I really liked about this itinerary is that there are junctions where you have a two choice. Choice number one, going through the forest and off-road and all that stuff. And choice number two, to go through secondary highway, mostly paved roads. I have to give kudos to those on the bikers who actually do this on two wheels, when I find it's already difficult on four. After leaving Charlotte, I head on north towards Troutman. I decided to be the place where I would enter the Trans-America Trail and join it. Trans-America Trail, there are two branches. One starts from the southern branch, and then one starts from the northern branch from New York. And they meet sometime later on. But at Troutman, I entered and head on west. These track going through, I think this was the Pickwick forest. It was grueling. There was turn after turn after turn, turn back, turn back. It was really amazing track that took me pretty much all day. Of it on dirt roads, forest roads. Some wasn't too technical, but it was. You had to go pretty slow, and I put it on manual gear, on second gear, pretty much the entire track. On parts of it, when it joins the pavement, you could go faster. But these parts was just amazing. I mean, as you can see, the track was just going on and on and on. After this, I continued on my route west. Here, I had to deviate because I was looking for a place to camp. First, I went down to this camp, which I saw on Overlander, this Crabtree Falls campground, and it was closed. This was like, I think, a 20-mile road, and it was closed, and I had to double back, go on, and then I found a motel at Spruce Pine, which I then stayed the night. Arriving in this fork, I put a sign here. I was told that the Cicadas coves were closed, and that actually when I was driving on this road, there was a sign saying that Cicadas coves was closed. Although I don't know at what point it would be closed, so I decided not to take this route. So I just went up north, camped here, and then continued on westward. This was the area on the Cherokee National Forest. When I arrived, I took this road down, and this was the forest road that went down, and there was this creek, this Cocker Creek. This road crosses it on several occasions. The first 3 times it was okay. I passed through the creek. The 4th time, deemed the water way too high. I decided not to continue on this road. I turned around and then took the other branch down, which went on the paved road. This is where I deviated from the TAT on my way to Chattanooga. I had to go get to Best Buy, get a hard drive. I ran out of hard drives. So I deviated from the TAT, went in Chattanooga, camped here, then rejoined it up and continued on westward. Camp here. On the way westward, when I arrived in this area, this Capeland Ridge, this again was, I think the water was, yes, I had to turn around. The water was way high. It was pretty much the river had overflowed. I turned around, I came back this way, continued my way, and then arrived on this second triangle that I put in, and this was a bridge that was out. So I had to take this alternative route and go down, come here, camp, continued on westward. The star that I put here, this was my marker to turn around and go towards Chicago. So I just started way up north, and then I joined 57 all the way to Chicago. It's Saturday, June 5th, and I'm on the final stretch to get home back to Chicago. I'm about a couple hours from Chicago and a couple hours from the end of this leg of my trip. I'm going to spend, I think, 4 or 5 weeks in Chicago. I have to tend to some business, and after that I'm going to get back on the road, continuing my trip west. I don't think I'm going to get back on the Trans-America Trail for the main reason that it's not conducive to what my purpose of the trip was originally, which was to explore this country through the back roads and the small towns and the small cities. The trail is awesome, and I think everybody should do it, but it's just a trail. it's more you and machine experience. My experience that I'm seeking is more cultural. So to that end, I'm going to go, once I get on the road again, I'm going to do the northern states, the Dakotas, Minnesota, Montana, Wyoming, Washington, Idaho, places that I'm really curious about seeing. Well, back to Chicago, and this is the end of this episode. If you watch this video so far, as always, like it if you like it, do subscribe, and press the bell button to get notified for the next episodes. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. And until next time, onward we go.